Good afternoon, folks. It's Mark Dilks here, for our action coach in Milton Keynes, and welcome to the Better Business Workshop. Mark, good afternoon. Good to see you. How are you?
Yeah, it's good. We got torrential rain. I think that you had some down south, right? In the Midlands, we got a bit of rain here.
I know.
So weather forecast time.
I know.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I know. Yeah, that's the title, right, Mark? Well done.
I know. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, you caught me out. You caught me out. I got to admit that one. I owe you a beer on that one.
So, Mark, today's topic is, I know, isn't that interesting? What are your thoughts about that?
I've had teenage kids. I think anybody who's had teenage kids is familiar with this kind of phrase, Mark, isn't it? We had this chat again this morning. Now, the standard response of teenagers to anything that they're asked to do by us wise people, right, is no, I know. One of the most irritating responses you can get. So that kind of sets the scene for today, right? For these 10 minutes.
Well, check this out. Right? I found this quote. I absolutely love this quote.
Yeah.
If we can get this slide working. Hang on. Here we go. Oh, the technical hitches again. Right.
Okay.
What have we got? I love this quote.
Yeah, I really like that. Yeah.
Never argue with an idiot. It creates two.
Yeah.
I love that, right?
Yeah, don't give your time up to be arguing with an idiot. I think my definition of an idiot over the years has tended to kind of narrow down to somebody who is fixed in their opinion. I think one of the things I've learned through life is I don't know everything, and pretty well everybody I talk to. Even you, Mark, when we have a chat, I learn things. Did I tell you that?
I
know. I know. And so this, my opinion is fixed. My business can't change. This is the way I do things. This is my approach. This is what I'm going to do. Actually, often is the hallmarks of a bit of an idiot in the sense that we're fixed in our opinions. We're not open to other ideas. And I think that's where the quote comes, right? Don't argue with an idiot like that, because you become an idiot if you do.
Absolutely. So kind of the premise is, look, we need to keep the conversation open, right? And the basic premise between adults. You mentioned, anybody especially with a teenage child, will be very familiar with the phrase "I know." But when people, especially teenagers, when they use that phrase "I know," it just kind of kills the conversation. So the basic premise of any experience that we have, and particularly with a learning experience, actually, is that there is a willingness to engage. It's our natural human behaviour to want to engage. So whenever anybody uses that phrase "I know," it just kind of kills off the ability for any kind of open conversation.
Yeah, I've heard less of it, thankfully, Mark. Now the pubs have closed. My mates in the pub were all... you get the word "I know" so many times. You go, well, not going to change your opinion on this. I was standing in the queue getting into Sainsbury's 2 days ago. In front of me was a Corbyn supporter, and in front of him was a Boris supporter. And they were both in this position of, no, I know what's right. Don't argue with me. And they weren't listening or engaging. We did actually agree that the press were not doing a good job, but you understand, people are fixed in "I know," and saying "I know," this is the way that it is not the response to work out. Is that right, Mark? That's not the way that's going to help us.
Yeah, but not so. Yeah, we'll come on to that in a second. So not only is it not the right response, but before that, it's often used prematurely.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah, that's a good point.
Very often, can very quickly start using that phrase "I know."
Okay.
Kind of subconsciously and almost being in a very dismissive way.
So they're closing down, right? They're closing down. We can do that to ourselves, not look at something because we think, well, you know the answer already. So we're closing down, looking at it. Is that's basically absolutely right.
So
absolutely right.
About this phrase, then, Mark?
We're going to wipe it out, right?
Yeah.
I'm curious about your alternative to that, rather than responding to it with "I know." And
so if we don't want to do, then, as you just said, if we don't want to do is to close the conversation down, we've got to keep it open.
Right. Okay.
I guess. Right. So rather than as you gave that example in the supermarket, rather than come to, because "I know" is quite confrontational.
Yeah.
And we want to do the opposite. We want to keep the conversation going. So here's 3 little words that we can use instead, I guess.
Okay, that's good. Isn't that interesting?
Well, isn't it interesting just the intonation that you can
Yeah.
apply to the words and how.
Yeah,
they
that's
feel.
true.
Isn't that interesting? That's interesting.
I think when it gets to the businesses within the lockdown period now, and the folk that are watching now, running their own enterprises and trying to figure out a plan, an exit plan coming through the COVID, it's really critical. We said this in previous webinars, haven't we, Mark? It's really critical that we're open-minded about how businesses can flex.
Yeah,
It's absolutely crucial. And anybody who's now saying, "No, don't tell me about my business. I know what it is. I know how it's going to work," is probably erring on the side of not growing out of this. Isn't that interesting? Is the response to any situation that we're in? What can we learn from it? I've got a couple of thoughts, but you're going to say something, Mark. I interrupted
well, I
you.
was going to say, especially right now when things are so uncertain, that actually it's more about shades of grey than black or white.
Right.
Because we just don't know right now. So there's so much that's uncertain or grey that things can't be black and white.
Yeah, sure.
So for example, Mark, if we were going to any of the viewers' businesses right now, and for example we went to look at their financial statements, or we went to look at their marketing plans, especially let's take their marketing or their future strategies, rather than saying, yeah, I know that's the right plan, we're probably more inclined to say, well, isn't that an interesting plan? Because we don't know, right? And there's so many ways that plans can be interpreted. Financial plans can be interpreted in lots of different ways. So rather than making it a black or white, this or that conversation, it can be a grey one. And one way to keep that open is by saying, isn't that interesting?
Yeah. My last practical point on this is I would encourage people who are watching to think of partnerships and liaisons for their business that they haven't considered before. And instead of saying, yeah, I know it's not going to work, or I know this one does work, this one doesn't, just respond with, isn't that interesting? I was talking to John this morning. John's a guy who's working out, launching a mindfulness, coaching mindfulness yoga business. And we were talking about different ways that you could perhaps link his business with other businesses, for example. Could they advertise his services? Could he advertise their services? Could you link mindfulness with hairdressing? Is the conversation. Once lockdown is closed, could hairdressers advertise his services? And the immediate response is, don't be crazy. And then if you think about it, say, isn't that interesting? You start to get some thoughts about how John might promote his business in many, many different ways. So it's being open-minded at this stage. Certainly coming out of COVID, we need to be open-minded about how we can promote. And I would suggest partnerships. Different partnerships is absolutely one way. Give us a call, guys, if you want any ideas or thoughts. We've got plenty of them in terms of linking businesses together to promote each other. I think that's a big thing.
Absolutely great, Mark. So lots of great conversation there, folks. Look, if you want to get involved, if you want to get engaged, if you want to go and find some more content, then go over and join us in the Better Business Workshop Facebook group. There's a great community over there and a ton of great content. So go and get yourselves over there. It would help us a lot if you could like, share, follow us.
Yeah, please.
Content. We're just trying to reach out to people right now and get this content out to people.
Yeah.
And if this has sparked anything or stimulated some thought, and you'd like to get some second opinion, as Mark was just saying, if you want to come and have a conversation with us, then come and do so. Go to calendly.com and search for /action coach Milton Keynes and book a slot. Book a 15 or 30 minute slot with us and come and talk stuff.
Yep.
Mark, it's been great to talk to you.
That's great. You take care, Mark.
It's been good to see you. We
did
the Better Business Workshop, and wasn't that interesting?
It was interesting.
See you tomorrow, Mark. We'll be at
Take care.
12:30. Bye now.